first? Ladies. Who's first? Ladies. Who's first? Lady. What time is it? It's time for the ladies. 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 It's the ladies first Chit-Chat crew. It's time for the ladies. 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 It's the ladies first Chit-Chat crew. L-A-D-I-E-S, I-E-S, I-E-S, L-A-D-I-E-S, and we're up first. L-A-D-I-E-S, I-E-S, I-E-S, L-A-D-I-E-S, and we're up first. Speak what you want. Be great. Speak what you want. Be great. Speak what you want. Be great. And we're up first. Bonjour, unbossed. Bonjour, unbossed. Bonjour, unbossed. And we're up first. Yes, ladies. That's dope. Yes, ladies. That's dope. Yes, ladies. That's dope. And we're up first. It's time for the ladies. 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 It's the ladies first Chit-Chat crew. It's time for the ladies. 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 It's the ladies first Chit-Chat crew. One time for the ladies in the house. Two time make the people scream and shout. Lachelle, Chandra, Crystal with Nikki. Unboss, Ed, May, and Nikki. L-A-D-I-E-S, I-E-S, I-E-S, L-A-D-I-E-S, and we're up first. L-A-D-I-E-S, I-E-S, I-E-S, L-A-D-I-E-S, and we're up first.
Good morning, ladies first Chit-Chat crew viewers. Happy Saturday. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Nikki Kimbrough. How are you guys doing? We have missed you guys so much. We hope you have had an amazing summer. We are coming back. You saw everything said we are back. Well, we are back. And what we want to do starting this week and next week and the week after, we want you guys to get to know us a little bit. So I have interviewed all of the Ladies First Chit-Chat crew members. And for the next couple weeks, you get to hear some of their nuggets, where they're from, a little bit about them, and where they see us as a whole, as a sisterhood moving forward. So this week, this Saturday, today, guess who's up? We got our girl, LL Cool Shells, also known as Lachelle Wooten, our favorite life coach. Also, I call her the truth and the light. She is up first today. And then right after her, we got the bottom line, the bottom line, our girl, Nikki Boss. And you know Nikki Boss has got her nuggets. Yes, so please, please, please enjoy getting to know a little bit more about Lachelle and Nikki Boss today. And then we'll let you know later who's up next week. And then on October 16th, we will be back all together. We got so much to come together with this season, you guys. We are so excited to get back with you. Have a beautiful day and enjoy these upcoming interviews. Bye, y'all. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Nikki Kimbrough from the Ladies First Chit-Chat crew. And guess who I have up first? Guess who's up first? LL Cool Shells. Hey, it's our girl, our favorite life coach. I like to call her the truth and the light, Miss Lachelle Wooten. What's up, Shelly?
Hi, Nikki. How you doing?
I'm good, baby. You look beautiful as always.
Thank you. I have been tripping the light fantastic, as they say. in New York City having a lot of fun before I become a resident somewhere
Oh,
else.
um, a resident somewhere else. I mean, can
Hmm.
you
I'm
share?
becoming a dual resident. I'm becoming a dual resident, New York City and North Carolina. As I
Wow.
like to say, I'm taking the Y out of NYC.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
It's so funny, during our meetings, I told you the other day that I wrote on a piece of paper, Shelly leaves this date, and I put
Yep.
denial.
Denial.
It's
I
like,
know.
I mean, I know we don't see each other in person every day,
Yes.
but like Crystal said, it's the fact knowing that you're
That
right
I'll
up
be
the
further
street
away.
and you'll be further
I know.
away. However,
Yes.
I'm really excited about it for you. You
So am
know,
I. I'm ready for
um,
an energy shift, you know?
mhm,
Again, like I'm not leaving what I have here. I still will have my home here in New York City, but I am going to spend a lot more time in North Carolina. The energy is so good for me, especially for my phase in life and where
mhm,
I'm headed. I need that more peaceful. I need a lot more trees. I need a lot less of all the things New York City likes to offer you all at one time. So I'm excited about it.
and you're born and raised in New York, right, Shelley?
Born and raised in the Boogie Down Bronx, still here. Literally, I am in the Bronx right now as I speak to you. And
Wow.
I love New York and I love the Bronx. It is forever will be who I am, where I'm from. It's in me. I take it with me. But New York, you're from
Yeah,
Virginia,
I'm from
right? So
Virginia.
you're
Yeah.
from a more peaceful place where there's a lot more space to breathe and not so much outside information that's always
Hmm.
coming at you.
Hmm.
And so I've always been in New York, right? So I've always had that. And I've had a lot of time living in this way that it seems super normal to me. But
Right.
I'm really getting to a phase in my life where I need things to be more quiet
Hmm.
more often. That's really
Right.
what it is, right? I don't need to not have that New York City energy, but I need to be able to select when I have it so that I can have other types of energy feed me and help me through different things that I'm trying to achieve and accomplish. So, yeah, I'm doing the reverse migration.
Shelly, I love what you said. You know, you said select. How did you
Yes.
know? When did you know that
Hmm.
you needed this? When did you know?
I figured this out, honestly, almost 10 years ago. My
Mhm.
children, my oldest son was approaching high school. And anyone who's raised children in New York City knows no matter where you live in the city, no matter how much income you have, it is a journey, right? There's always an obstacle and a hurdle. The process of getting from your home to school is a nightmare, whether you're in a car, you're being driven, you're on the train, you're on the bus. And so I have been doing that, right, quite diligently for years with my sons, more than a decade. And it hit me. I was like, there's got to be a better way. So I really started thinking about where would I go where my kids could still enjoy education, enjoy a multicultural experience, have fun, but have some breathing space. And I
Right.
figured out that North Carolina was it for me years ago. But my son got into high school here. He wanted to go to high school here. I was going to leave when he graduated, my oldest. And then when he was a senior, my youngest was a freshman in high school. And he said, well, that's not fair. He got to finish high school here. I want to finish high school here. So I was like, all right, when you're finished, I'm out of here. And he's done.
Right.
So I'm gone. So that's
Yay,
why it took me
mom.
so long. But I knew it when my kids were starting to move about on their own. And I had to orchestrate and manage that, which all parents do. But depending on your environment, it can be a lot easier in certain settings than it is in other ones. So that's how I figured it out.
I'm I think that's amazing, I wanted you to share that because I know
Hmm.
you sharing that going to open up something
Yeah.
for our viewers.
Yep.
Say,
You can
wow,
make a change.
yeah, you can make a change.
You
Tell
can.
tell everybody a little bit about you. Your mom.
I'm a
What else?
mother. I'm a mother of two young men. I'm a New York City native. I am a social worker by trade. I'm also, not only am I a New Yorker, but I got all my education in New York as well. So I got, a social work master's degree over 20 years ago at NYU. And about 7 or 8 years ago, I decided to start my own business where I really do social work my way, which is more about supporting people around their emotional struggles first. Because in the years that I spent as a social worker proper, I figured out that a lot of the challenges that people were bringing to me in the companies that I worked for, really, if they could get a handle on how they felt about it, they can make real practical decisions that actually help them move in the direction they wanted to go in. The problem is that, a lot of the industry around mental health focuses on what your mind is saying and what your mind is telling you. And in some cases, that's really important, especially people who have more intense mental health diagnoses, right? But for many, many people, it's your emotions you have to get under control. You have to identify them, recognize them. And I couldn't really have the freedom to do that as a typical social worker. So I decided to start my own business and become an emotional fitness trainer. That's what I call myself. And it's been great. I'm a life coach. I'm a vision board master, which is one of the things that I use as really one of my primary tools. But I also do social emotional curriculum development. I create workshops. I have a membership program that's about to launch. I'm so excited about. I know it's called Manifest Me, which I developed during the pandemic when it first started, because people were struggling, but they were also sitting still with a lot of time on their hands to kind of think about what's not working. But a lot of people struggle with figuring out, well, how do I make that change? So I created the Manifest Me program so that I could help people understand the steps you have to take. They're not a big burden. It's not a heavy to-do list. And you can actually make these changes one step at a time where you permanently become somebody who can manifest whatever it is they desire. So those are some of the things that I've been up to. And it's been fun. It's been really fun. And I'm looking forward to starting that program in November.
Shelly, tell everybody, I'm going to put up here, but tell everybody, you have this program. You also have a dope ass podcast. Tell everybody.
It's so funny we're talking about this today because I took a 6-week break because, I was preparing to move. So I needed to give myself time. But the podcast comes back tomorrow.
It comes back tomorrow?
It's back tomorrow. Yes, it's back tomorrow. So my podcast is called Abandoned Ordinary. And the reason I named my podcast Abandoned Ordinary is because I realized that what I do in general when I help people, no matter what their challenge is I help them abandon whatever is ordinary in their life. And I help them find a space to give themselves permission to live an extraordinary life. Wow. I make them figure out how they can become comfortable with reaching for the stars and how they can let go of the things that keep them stuck in sort of the routine of their life. So I thought that a podcast would be a good way to do it because, because we know each other. Every time I have a conversation with somebody, there's some kind of nugget that I drop, right? And it really, really shifts people. And I was like, well, I can't really do this one person at a time. So I thought if I drop those nuggets every week on a podcast, people can come and grab them and listen to them whenever they need it, whenever they feel like it. And then they can start making shifts in their lives. Because, my ultimate goal is that everybody who wants to have a joyous, peaceful, adventurous life will have one. And I know that there are things that get in the way of that. And I'm really good at removing those things. So that's why I created Abandoned Ordinary, the podcast.
So I love, you said something, a bunch of stuff in here. So I love the podcast. And one thing you said, yeah, I do know you. And when you have conversations, I can definitely say you drop plenty of nuggets. I needed to tell you and the viewers, Shelly and I had a great conversation after our ladies first Chit-Chat crew meeting the other day, and I was sharing it with Billy because I laugh at me. We were talking about my finances, and Shelly said that she notices when I talk a lot. Everybody knows I'm passionate, but I'm here when I talk about it. to open up. And you're
Open
gonna
up.
laugh. I was talking to Billy and I was like, he was like,
Yes.
I said, I'm opening.
That's right. You better open up, Nikki.
And I was like this, and I was like, but Billy, and I went, he said, what's wrong?
That's
I
right.
said, Shelly said, I gotta open up.
Open up.
No, I gotta throw it. I wish he was here. He was the other day, he did like this. I said, what did you say? You said, Lachelle said we gotta open up.
Open up. Open up. That's
But,
right.
but he was, and I looked at him, he was like, I'm opening up. He was like,
That's right.
so
Yeah.
that's why I
Because
call you
that's,
the truth in the light. That's why I call
thank
you.
you.
But Shelly, this is my thing. Before we wrap up,
Sure.
you, Chris and I always laugh. We like, Shelly always seem to, you
I
just
know.
seem to have it together. And you seem to, I know you have
Mm-hmm.
stuff
Mm-hmm.
too,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, you
I got it
always,
together.
yeah, I
I
love it.
do.
I love it.
I got it together.
When did that happen? Was it always like that? Like,
You
Shelly,
know,
you always, my mother even says, my mom said, my mother was upset that we weren't starting this week. I was, were you always like that? Like as a
you
child,
know,
a
I
teenager?
think, well, there's a couple of things, right? I think one thing was is that as a child, I was blessed to have a fairly carefree life, right? My parents, if they didn't have it together, they certainly looked like they did, right? And so whatever they were dealing with as parents never really trickled down to me and my sister. But I've
Mm,
always, now you know my sister, right? You know Keisha. Keisha has always been like sort of an anxious worry, like, okay, wait, what's going to happen next? I really never worried about what was going to happen next, and I didn't recognize that until I was an adult. Like when I was dating my was to be husband, um, we dated for 7 years, right?
mm,
Before he asked me to marry him. Now, the crazy thing is, when he asked me to marry him, I was completely shocked. I didn't even think about marrying him. Not like I didn't think like I don't want to marry him. I just never thought about marriage, right? Because I was just in the relationship. Me and him were having a great time. And I guess other people must have been like, well, what's going on? Y'all been together so long, right? But I didn't think about that. And I think that's sort of how I was born, where I'm just instinctually very present moment. Like, what are we doing now? And then if you add to that, quality I was born with, my fact that I studied human behavior, like I was very interested in human behavior, and I went into this field of social, emotional, and mental well being. I learned skills on top of that, right? And I got to really dissect who I am and why it is I'm able to show up really balanced, right? It's really, I don't really find myself off my equilibrium very often at all. And so I got to study it, and then I realized, well, wait, there's a system here. Like there's a way to be this way. So I use it in my own life, but now I teach it to other people. So I really think that it started with like I was always sort of born to be like, well, what was happening right now, right? I'm always just like focused on what's in front of me. And it's really a fun way to live because all that other stuff, it's funny. A friend of mine said to me the other day, I don't watch the news. I stopped watching the news when I was pregnant in 1999. And literally, I haven't watched the news since 1999. And one of my friends on a Marco Polo was like, well, let me tell you what's going on, Lachelle, because we know you don't watch the news, right? And I said, if someone hits the button that sets off the nuclear bomb that's headed straight to where I am, I don't want to know that it's coming. I just want to be skipping along and then wake up in heaven. Like, I don't want to spend time being like, like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's
yeah.
just instinctually how I've always been. Like, I don't want to know anything other than what is happening in front of me right now. And the reason, and it's again, not to say that terrible things don't happen, because I've had horrible experiences in my life and shocking and devastating. We all have. But because I'm typically focused on what's in front of me, when those shocking things come, I have so much energy to hold myself up through it. You see what I'm saying? It's like I'm not scattered. I'm not thinking about what happened last week. I'm not thinking about what might happen next week. all my energy is right in front of me and I can deal with whatever it is, whether it's amazing or it's traumatizing. I have the energy to hold myself up through it, whatever it is. So I feel blessed that that happened to be a trait I was born with, and even more blessed that I had the instincts to try to help other people, develop this way, this trait, so that they can enjoy life, because life's going to keep happening no matter how you react to it.
Mm-hmm.
And we all got an expiration date. So while we're here, we want to have fun, and you can do it when you look at life in that way.
It's definitely it's a talent. It's a gift. It's a gift that
Yeah,
we all are grateful for. Like, we're so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm so grateful that you were born this way.
me too. Me too.
I'm so
Me too.
grateful you were born, and I'm so
Yeah.
grateful that you share your knowledge and your gifts
Hmm.
with
Yeah.
all of us, because you literally, Shelly, are you're changing the world. You're adding to the world, and you are
Yeah.
literally changing the world. I literally want to tell you that.
Thank you.
Like, you are
Thank you.
changing the world, because you are
Thank you.
changing me, and I'm adding to the world. So it makes
Exactly. That's how we're supposed to show up,
yeah,
right? Whatever we got to show up with it, and
yeah,
it'll impact others. It might just impact someone in your family. It might impact your whole community. You
yeah,
can impact the whole globe, but that's the goal, is like be the purest version of who you are,
yeah,
so that you have an impact and we can all grow. We're all connected.
yeah.
We're all connected. It's like that string light from Christmas where one bulb is out and then all the other bulbs start flickering or they go
What?
out, and you got to change that bulb so
So
that they all, that's us.
what a great
Each
analogy.
each one of us is that little bulb, and we got to be our brightest version
I,
and work to be that.
I love. Now our show's coming up this week.
I know, honey, I
Very
missed us.
excited. I missed us too. What what would you like to see from us, the
Oh,
viewers, the show? Just
well, let me tell you, I really want to hear from the viewers, because what we've done so far has been so impactful. And a lot of it comes from what we get from the viewers. Our viewers will make comments and say things that then, when we meet separately, it spirals us into these really fantastic conversations. So I want to hear from the viewers. I really want to know, especially for me, I want to know what they're stuck on, right? Or what they feel is unattainable, right? And what they want in their life moving forward. Like, I really want to hear our viewers share what their biggest challenges are, so we could talk about them in the group, right? In the sisterhood, because that's the best way to figure out. Your mind can only think of things the way your mind thinks, but it's your mind doesn't always have the answers for whatever your challenge is. So I want to hear from the viewers. I want to see us ladies really open up and show our viewers and our community what it is we're working towards, right?
mm,
Because we are all an example for each other. And since the six of us get to sit there and be on camera and talk to our audience of sisters, I think it would be helpful, and I think it would be powerful for us to share our journeys, our personal journeys that we are working towards as we do. Because a lot of times when you're working in a bubble, right? And I'm thinking about our audience members, you get really discouraged, right? You don't have encouragement, you don't have someone else maybe around you who you can look to for inspiration. So I think if we share a bit more about our personal journeys as we are going through them, I think that would be even more powerful in the community. And I
uh,
want more women to join the community.
yes, more
I
women
want
in
every
the
sister to
sisterhood.
bring a sister.
Yeah, that's what we said. Every sister to bring a sister. Say
Bring a
it again,
sister.
Shelly. Tell them, tell them.
Yes, because this is too good to keep to yourself,
It is too
right? It's
good.
too good. So I want every sister. What I want to challenge our regular viewers, which we have a nice amount of regular viewers, I want every regular viewer to find a woman to bring to the sisterhood. And then I want that woman to bring someone along with them. That's what I really want to challenge our viewers to do in this quarter before the year ends. The next 4 months, 3.5 months, I want every sister to start a trickle effect of bringing at least one sister who will bring a sister themselves.
I love it. You heard
Yeah.
it. The truth and the light has spoken. Every sister bring a sister, then that sister bring another sister, and
That's right.
another and
That's
another.
right. Yeah, we have to lift each other.
Shelly, I love you so much. Tell
I
everybody
love you, Nick.
where they can find you. I'm putting it up, and I'm
Yep.
also put in the notes.
Yes.
Tell them real quick.
Sure. You can find everything you need about me on my website, LaShelleWooten.com, or my Instagram. Everything is linked. Same thing, LaShelleWooten.com. And then my podcast, which is on my website, but my podcast, Abandoned Ordinary, which comes back tomorrow, Monday. You can find that anywhere you stream, Pandora, Amazon, Apple, Spotify. It's all everywhere. So Abandoned Ordinary, anywhere you stream, take a listen. There's about 35 episodes for you to catch up on if you're just hearing about it now. And for those of you who have been listening, we are back. So I will meet you in the Abandoned Ordinary studio, and we'll have some more conversations and get it together.
Get it together.
Yes.
I love you, Shelly.
I
Thank
love
you
you,
so
Nick. I can't
much.
wait to see you on Saturday with all of our sisterhood.
With all that sisterhood. Bye, baby. Mwah.
Mwah.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Nikki Kimbrough from the Ladies First Chit-Chat crew. And up next is Nikki on Boss. What's up, Nikki? Good morning, Nikki. You look beautiful.
So do you. Good
Girl.
morning.
Girl. Nikki will tell you, I just threw on a lip.
Boy,
a lash and
you did a lot real quick.
I'm so happy to have Nikki up next. As most of you guys know, we call Nikki affectionately the bottom line. And one of the reasons we call Nikki the bottom line, because Nikki, what I love about Nikki, she knows how to take all the nuggets, all the juicy stuff that we say during the show, also during our meetings, and she gives you the the bottom line. She gives you all the pieces. You know how when you're taking notes, when you're listening to stuff, and you're like, what they say, and then Nikki comes at the end and gives you those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that you can take with you through your week and through the rest of the month. And that's why we call her the bottom line. Nick, tell the people.
This is fun.
Tell the people a little bit about you. Where you from? What you doing? Tell them a little bit.
So I'm originally from New York, but I live in New Jersey, and I'm a wife of over 26 years. I'm a mom of a sophomore in college, and I work. I'm a corporate. I work within IT, been doing that for over 20 years. And I'm also a strategic consultant, and I've been doing that for quite some time as well.
Okay, so she goes, yeah, I'm also a strategic consultant. Y'all, if you are looking for the thought partner to snatch your ideas together, Nikki Boss is the woman. And I want to unpack that a little bit. I have to share you guys a story. I've been working on some things for my business, and Nikki took a look at it, and in 5 minutes, she gave me A, B, C, D, and a few little 1, little 2, little 3s, snatched it all together, and I'm about to make all the money, and I guess I have to give her 10%. Nikki,
Nice.
tell them about, she said, that would be nice. Tell them about what you do, like as a strategic partner, what that looks like, what that is. Tell them a little bit.
It's something I do really naturally. I've always been that way, to be able to quickly see things that maybe other people couldn't see. I actually I don't like puzzles, like actually putting together puzzles, but I really enjoy real life puzzles, right? So I actually get a kick off of trying to figure out how to help other people get where they want to go, and helping them to think about things that they haven't thought of that they need to do, or just helping to bring better clarity in what they're doing to help them organize in such a way that none of the activities or actions that they're executing are not in alignment of them reaching their goals. And that just comes really naturally to me. I can almost look at, I haven't met my challenge yet, but there's almost nothing that has been put before me that I couldn't help somebody better laser in on what they need to do and give them an action plan that they didn't think about, that they haven't found very helpful and have helped them achieve their goals. I mean, what I do of my day-to-day work has been spent on really focusing on sales execution, building business partnerships. So over 26 years, even in a 9-to-5, which isn't really a 9-to-5, but that's what I've done, helping people build practices and businesses. That's what I've done. So things like that, I'm able to do with my eyes closed because it just makes sense to me immediately when I'm listening to someone.
I love that. Y'all hear that? I'm telling you, I was on the phone with her. She goes, look, I looked at your offer. Let me give you some feedback. And it was in less than 5 minutes, I'm sitting down outside of Central Park taking notes. Like, Nikki, why are you just telling me this? This is great.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I pride myself on being a great thought partner.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I believe that thought partnership is really, really important for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that is because you grow from just listening to other people and you're able to expand your own thoughts, right? To be a lot more inclusive, to understand how whatever you're doing or whatever you're trying to say is able to resonate with more people. You know, it's a collective of how I even execute my day to day. It's not all based off of what Nikki thinks. It's based off the collective of what I grab that I'm able to say, okay, this is what needs to get done because it benefits more than just me.
It's so funny you say that. That's what you do for the show.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
exactly what you bring to the show.
Yeah.
Like when you just said you listen,
Yeah.
I see you listening to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where those nuggets come from. You
Mm-hmm.
you listen to all of us and you bring everything together to produce the bottom line that's going to benefit our viewers, us, and that's exactly what you do for our show. That's what makes, people always go, yes, bottom line. I do it, other people, but that's exactly what you do. And I'm grateful.
But that's how I live.
Yeah.
So, again, that goes back to it happens very naturally for me.
Mm-hmm.
I try, even in my own thought process of decisions that I have to make, right? I try to take a perspective that is outside of the boundaries of anything that I myself alone think, right? I try to take into consideration other stuff. So, yeah, that's just how I operate. And I bring that to everything I do.
I love that, Nikki.
Yeah. And that's what makes it different, right? So when I'm able to help you, when we're sitting around talking about what are you trying to accomplish, that perspective is not how people think on a daily basis, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you have to unpack and take apart what you're trying to do, who you're servicing, why do you want to service them, what are they getting out of it, to really help you also put in perspective the things that you need to do so that you can achieve your goals, because you need that buy-in, right, along the way to get where you want to go. So you got to be able to see outside the lines.
I'm telling y'all need to get in touch with Nikki Unbossed. Hold on, about to sneeze. Excuse me.
Ooh, God bless you.
Right, it's Rag Week season.
We can't control that.
We can't control that. Find Nikki on Instagram at Nikki Unbossed. You can also go to highheelmedia.com and also look, you're looking for a strategic, serious thought partner that's fun and also can just get it just right for you. Email unbossed at highheelmedia.com. She is the boss. We love her. Nikki, share with us what you would like to see next with the Ladies First Chit-Chat crew.
I'm really not sure. I think what I'd really like to see is just how far can we push ourselves, right? I think from the very beginning of when we started, we have all grown, right? And as a part of that, so has everyone who has journeyed with us when they listen in to our show on Saturdays. I think I'm curious to see the continued topics that we come up with that challenge our thinking, not only in the show during that moment, but that continue to challenge us to live better lives for ourselves on a daily basis. And I think that's what we've done, right? I think for many people, we've helped them think about how do they take that pause for themselves, treat themselves, know when it's time. We always talk about pivoting. I think what I want is how far can we push each other, so that we get to a point that each and every one of us are like, wow, I've really, really grown over this year or over this past month, or I'm a lot happier, right? Because I did a couple of things that were right for me, right? Or I made a difference because this is something that I really care about. And if we can continue to give those kind of tools, inspiration, encouragement, and just the forum of, or the platform of letting people know that we got them because we're all on this journey together. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to continue to know that we're making a difference, not only for ourselves, which without a doubt, that's what we're doing, but I want to be able to offer that to more people. And I want us to continue to heighten the challenge that we're putting before those other women that are journeying with us so that we all can achieve.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And it all goes back to, remember everyone, what Lachelle said, what Lachelle said a few days ago. She's challenging everyone to invite a sister and have that sister invite another sister. Because in order for us to continue to grow and just, put ourselves first and all the good nuggets that Nikki just said, we got to invite a sister and have that sister invite another sister so we can continue to grow together and do what makes us feel good. Yes, 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 yes.
I'm going to add to that.
Okay. Add.
So before we can get to that, I'm going to challenge us to just show up for ourselves.
Nikki says shows up. Okay. So let me go back. First, we got to show up for ourselves.
Yeah.
And then as we continue to show up for ourselves, then we share it with a sister.
And then that's important.
And then,
because sometimes we don't share.
Yeah. Oh, sometimes we don't share. We keep it in because that's how we're going to add and change the world. That's how we're going to grow.
Yeah.
So we show up for ourselves. Number one, it's the first nugget. Number two, we share with another sister, and that sister shows up for herself, and then she shares it with another sister, and that's how. What did Chandra said the other day? The snowball effect.
Yeah, the snowball effect.
That's how the snowball effect continues. That's how it continues. Yes, yes.
We have to care so we can lift each other up, right?
That's what we need, especially right now.
And the other thing that's really key is that we as women, we perform better when we feel good. We as women need sometimes just to hear you're appreciated. And sometimes that can just come from you. It can come from a community. So when I say we need to show up, they need to show up, take advantage of this platform that we've created to journey with us. So just showing up for yourself so that you can share with other people what you're getting out of this so that they can get it too. And as the rippling effect happens, we will be helping each other as women become stronger and stronger and stronger. And what comes out of that? The rise of more women leaders, more women who feel like they got this. We keep saying that we're not there. We need to be a part of the process. And this is all the little things we can do to help each other to fill our own cups.
And we're going to end right there. The bottom line has spoken. Bam. Hey. Thank you, Nick, again.
Thank you. This was good.
This was good.
You
Again,
made me
you
think early
guys,
in the morning.
I'm telling you, reach out, IG, follow Nikki on Instagram at Nikki Unbossed. You can go to highhillmedia.com. Seriously, seriously, seriously. You're looking for a strategic thought partner to support you in getting your thoughts organized and getting that A, B, C, D, and a few little one, little two, little threes. Email her at unbossed at highhillmedia.com. The bottom line has spoken. We will see you guys on Saturday.
Thank you. We're ready.
We are ready. Bye, everybody. Have a
Bye.
good day. Thank you, Nick. I hope y'all enjoyed hearing from our first two ladies today, Lachelle Wooten and Nikki Unbossed. You guys go follow them on Instagram. Go to their websites. I'm telling you, Lachelle has an amazing workshop coming up. I'm telling you, a lot of what I'm doing now is an exact result of her teachings and taking her workshop several times because I just cannot get enough. I wish I could show you guys my vision board right now. I will one day. So please, please, please go to Lachelle's website. Go hear what she is giving us, what she's teaching us. I'm telling you, you will be so excited. Go listen to her podcast, Abandoned Ordinary podcast. She is back. Go listen to it. Again, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then, of course, Nikki Unbossed. Nikki Unbossed, I'm telling you what, that story I told you guys about how I was on the phone with her and she like snatched my whole thing together that I'm doing for my business. If you're looking for a strategic thought partner, follow Nikki at Nikki Unbossed on IG. Go to highhillmedia.com or email her at unbossed@highhillmedia.com. I cannot wait for you guys to see who we have up next week. I'm just going to let you guess. I'm just going to let you guess who we have next week. But also remember, follow us, you guys. Keep following us at the Ladies First Chit-Chat Crew.com. Follow us on IG at the Ladies First Chit-Chat Crew and also on Facebook at the Ladies First Chit-Chat Crew. We love you guys. See you next week with our next Ladies First Chit-Chat Crew viewers. And then also remember, we will be back October 16th all together. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Bye, y'all. Remember, join the sisterhood. As Lachelle said, grab a sister. Hold on, let me back up. Nikki Unbossed said, let's show up for ourselves first. And then Lachelle said, grab a sister, and then have her grab a sister so we can continue to grow, go after our dreams, execute, evaluate where we stand, and keep taking action. Bye, y'all. Love you. It's Nikki Kimbrough.
Who's first?
Ladies.
Who's first?
Ladies.
Who's first?
Ladies.
What time is it?
It's time for the ladies. It's the Ladies First Chit-Chat Crew.
It's time for the ladies.
It's the Ladies First Chit-Chat Crew.
L-A-D-I-S, and we're up first. L-A-D-I-S, and we're up first. Speak what you want. Be great. Speak what you want. Be great. Speak what you want. Be great. And we're up first. Bonjour, unbossed. Bonjour, unbossed. Bonjour, unbossed. And we're up first. Yes, ladies. That's dope. Yes, ladies. That's dope. Yes, ladies. That's dope. And we're up first. It's time for the ladies.
It's the Ladies First Chit-Chat
One time for the ladies in the house. Two time make the people scream and shout. LaChelle,